Aquaman 2 is coming to theaters this December. Very excited about this movie. So I thought it would be fun to do a recap of the first movie, right? I want to help get you prepared for the plot lines that you need to know. So this way, you can go into Aquaman 2 having a full recap of everything that went on in the first movie. I did this for Avatar, and a lot of people seem to like it, so I thought, why not? By the way, great new suit. Stealth suit, I think this is going to be called. Jason Momoa is so perfect for this character, isn't he? All right, let's jump right into it. So in the first movie, Queen Atlanta, who is played by Nicole Kidman, falls in love with, that is Aquaman's father. That's little Arthur right there. Basically, he finds her, rescues her from the ocean. They fall in love. They have a child. The child has special powers, right? Who remembers this scene from the movie? You might remember this scene from the movie. It was featured heavily in the trailers. Basically, that's little Arthur Curry right there. He can communicate with anything in the sea, all marine life. He's super strong. He can fight pretty much anybody. So that kind of gives you a basis of what we're working with in terms of power capabilities, right? A really cool shot, by the way, right? Great cinematography. Amazing movie. And let's not forget, this movie made over $1 billion at the box office, so it's going to be a big hit. I'm excited for it. So Queen Atlanta also has a pretty kick-ass fight scene, right? It's actually one of my favorite scenes from the movie. Bunch of the bad guys from Atlantis come to attack and bring her back. She beats the crap out of everybody, and then she decides to leave the family. She does this essentially to keep Arthur safe, because if she doesn't go back to Atlantis, they're going to keep coming for her. She leaves Arthur in the care of Volko. Basically, Volko helps train Arthur, get him ready to become king. But once Arthur finds out that his mom was extradited, is that the right word? Or kicked out of Atlantis, he basically is like, nah, get somebody else to do it. I ain't coming back to Atlantis. I ain't messing with y'all. And he decides to stay on Earth. And then we're going to fast forward a ton of years to the more present day. Hi, Jason Momoa. All right. So anyway, Jason Momoa, we fast forward. This takes place about a year after Justice League, right? He basically finds a bunch of pirates aboard a Russian cruise ship. He beats everybody up and he kills Black Mantra's father, right? So that's the catalyst for where we're going with this movie. Here we have a shot of Black Mantra, played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Please forgive me if I am not pronouncing that correctly. Great actor, by the way. And so he sort of is the villain, right, of the movie. One of the villains, I guess, or the main villain. You know how there's always two villains? So King Orm would be the first villain. He's the main villain, if that makes sense, right? King Orm is kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember it. It'll come to me. So we've got King Orm here. Basically, another Russian ship attacks a meeting. He uses that as a way to get people to start to fight with him, including Mira's father, who was a king, right? So he's like, I'm going to wage war. I'm taking over the seven seas. It's all mine. And basically Mira's like, I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want that smoke. And she goes to find Arthur. And then her and Arthur go on a journey. But that's not before Arthur gets captured by his half-brother, King Orm. I love this shot, by the way. The VFX work in this movie is absolutely incredible. I'm going to go back and watch this movie tonight, by the way. I haven't seen it in a while, but I thought this refresher course would be so fun for both of us, because I was like, I need to know what's going on in this movie before I see the second one. Basically, Arthur gets captured. He challenges his brothers to a duel. The duel happens. Mira rescues him, and then they go on a pretty epic adventure to go find the Trident of King Atlan. Great shot of them, right? I love this shot. Really, I'm telling you, the cinematography in this movie is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. More fun shots. Basically, they go around the world. There's some epic fight scenes that happen with Black Mantra. Arthur gets his butt kicked by Black Mantra. Mira has some really, really cool fight scenes played by Amber Heard. And basically, they go on like this epic journey, and they got to find the Trident of Atlan, which will help make Arthur king of the seven seas and give him like some extra powers that he didn't have before and a new suit. So during this journey, they go through the trenches, they fight off all these monsters. Pretty epic movies. I'm telling you, you got to watch this movie again if you haven't in a while. Beautiful cinematography. So he gets a sweet new suit. He's got the new trident, all gold everything. He upgrades. He's looking very rich, right? I wonder if he got a direct deposit as well as this costume, right? Like, how do you run the kingdom of Atlantis? Do you get like a salary, a monthly stipend, a weekly stipend? How does this work? Anyway, he also ends up finding his mom, who he thought was dead while he's in the trenches, because that's where they sent her when they found her and tried to capture her the first time. So this is Nicole Kidman's character after Arthur discovers her again. So he's like, yes, I got the trident, I got my mama back. Now let's go back to handle business, right? I think so. Nicole Kidman's costume is made from all of the demons and devil thing, whatever those things were in the trenches, those animals. She made her costume up of all the ones that she killed because she's Nicole Kidman and she's a badass. This was the best picture I could find, by the way, because there's a lot going on, so it's hard to like capture it in picture form. But basically, King Orm is leading Atlantis to fight the sea creatures, and they're just having an all-out war. But little does he know that Arthur and Mira have joined forces with the creatures, and so you see Arthur coming up, and a full battle takes place. Pretty epic, beautiful visuals. You'll love it. And then the last fight scene of the movie. Aquaman, Arthur Curry, whatever you want to call him, he fights his half-brother, King Orm. He spares his life. And basically, that's why you're able to see a lot of these characters in the new Aquaman 2 trailer, right? In case you're wondering why they're still in the movie, or who got killed off, who didn't get killed off. But most of these people are coming back. So he spares his life, lets him go. King Arthur takes the throne. Everybody's happy. And we also have a mid-credit scene that takes place after the ending of the movie and when Arthur takes the throne. Black Manta got his butt kicked by Aquaman, got kicked into the ocean. We kind of thought he died, but obviously he's still there. And he ends up linking up with this doctor. I believe it's named Dr. Stephen Shin, I want to say, the character's name. And basically this doctor is obsessed with Atlantis. He joins forces with him, and he tries to save the upgraded Black Manta suit that King Orm gave him, right? So King Orm gave him like this Aquaman, or not Aquaman, gave him Atlantis technology to try to fight Arthur, but obviously it didn't work. So now he's back, he woke up. It looks like he's recovered pretty well, right? So what do you think? Are you excited for Aquaman 2? Did this refresher help? I hope it did, and I can't wait to see the new movie.